Pirates and Princesses has an article on Snow White because we're almost out of the run where we can stop talking about Snow White. But this has been such a train wreck, we do need to talk about it. And before we talk about the article, we need your review.
Let me pull up my letterbox. Read this verbatim, okay?
Because you knew this was coming.
Yeah. From my personal letterbox account. I can't say that word on stream.
Correct.
This stuff is boring. 1 star for Hi Ho. -0.5 star for watered down silly song. L movie.
What are redeeming factors behind it?
Hi Ho's cool.
Yeah. Acting through the movie. Do you have any want to see it again?
I'm thankful I didn't pay for my ticket.
That's fair. And your score?
Oh, like I said, 1 star for Hi Ho, -0.5 star for the watered down silly song.
Gotcha. So, for retrospect, since that gives Justin 8.5 out of 5, yes?
Yeah.
Okay. We got Bailey, who came in at 3, Jordan, who came in at 0.5, I came in at 1, Justin came in at 0.5, bringing us to a 5 out of 20, or when we bring it down to out of 10, a 2.5 out of 10. That is by far the lowest rated movie we have ever reviewed. We do have one more review eventually coming. We just got to get him on the show.
What about Moana?
Moana, we ended up right around where the critics were.
You know what? I think you're right, because I think I was high on Moana.
Because we always go ahead and for the funny thing is normally we always line up right without, again, we never use the Rotten Tomatoes or such to judge our own critiques, but it's funny, we always end up around that spot. On the tomato meter, Moana was 61%. I believe we were at like out of 10, I think we were at a 4 to 6 in that spot. It was passable. It was middle of the road. It was nothing.
Yeah.
And at that time, that was the lowest we have reviewed. So, good job, Disney. You topped yourself. I don't think you meant to go that way, but hey, you did. But back to the Pirates and Princess article. Snow White has the worst drop-off of any Disney live-action film. Disney Snow White had another rocky weekend at the box office. In its second weekend, it came in behind The Working Man, making $14.2 million domestically. That is down from the low opening of $42.2 million, giving it a 66.4% drop-off. The second week plummet was enough to make it the worst drop-off ever for a Disney live-action film in its second weekend, even worse than the 2019 Dumbo. So, Jungle Book actually went up. Mufasa went up. The Jungle Book 1994, sorry. Because Jungle Book 2016 came down 40%.
Yeah.
And so we jumped to the top of this chart. Dumbo came in at negative 60.4%. Snow White 66.34. Little Mermaid is the one that we were saying it had to be comparing to do okay. And that was at negative 56.7.
Yeah.
So it is 10% behind Little Mermaid.
Yep.
Snow White fell off at 66.4. The largest drop-off was 60.4. And then 2019's The Lion King at 60.05. This isn't looking good for the Princess remake, especially with Minecraft opening in a few days.
Oh, yeah.
When Snow White is compared to the second weekend totals for other films, it isn't performing as bad. So Snow White is right here at 66.8. Above Maleficent, Mistress of Evil, 101 Dalmatians, Alice Through the Looking Glass, Christopher Robin, Cruella, The Sorcerer's Apprentice, 102 Dalmatians, and the 1994 version of The Jungle Book.
Is this adjusted for inflation?
Those were not.
Okay.
So, Snow White is below Dumbo, but still above Maleficent, Mistress of Evil, 101 Dalmatians, and more. Not adjusted for inflation. For example, the Maleficent film would be closer to 80 million now. 101 Dalmatians from 1996 would be almost 130 million in 2025. No matter how you look at it, Snow White is a flop. Globally, the film has made about 143 million. We're going to look at the actual numbers as of today. On a budget of 270 million before marketing costs and theater cuts. Break-even estimates for the film are between 500 and 600 million, but some feel the film won't even make 250 to 300. Now, the 270 is reported. However, we do know it went over budget. So again, our numbers are still higher than this, but even if we look at the 500 to 600 range, I don't see it coming in anywhere close to that.
Kevin says he feels bad for Rachel Zegler and Gal Gadot. This film had no chance at all. Folks were already rooting for it to fail even before it came out in theaters.
And that's a very valid point. I was excited for the film. There was a what?
At least someone was.
I know you weren't. There was a lot of other issues that came out that made me very weary of it. It was all the changes that they were talking about doing to the film.
I didn't even find the changes that radical.
Remember, that's after reshoots.
Oh, okay.
There's a lot of reshoots, and it's why all the scenes don't really piece together. Because again, if we go back to that initial interview with Gal Gadot and Rachel Zegler, they made it clear that there would not be a love scene in the movie.
Oh, okay.
She would not be saved by a prince, but at that point, we can now, since there wasn't going to be a love scene, it means she wouldn't have been saved by the rogue. I don't know what you want to call him. There's a lot of reshoots and retooling to make this back towards the original. But that's why it feels like it's two different films, like battling it out the whole way through. When we look at the actual numbers as of today, domestically, it is at 69.8 million. Internationally, 75 million. It is falling under its original estimation of where it should have been.
Wait, 69? Like, that's it?
Domestically, that's it.
I thought it was 69 for the weekend.
No. That's total.
Oh.
Last weekend was 14.3.
Oh. Kevin says he hopes that Disney doesn't abandon casting people of color just because Little Mermaid, Captain America, Brave New World, and Snow White are bombing in the box office.
So,
it's a W take, Kevin.
What?
W take.
No, I agree. And I will say Little Mermaid, actually, it wasn't a super big performer. None of the live actions really have been.
Oh my God.
Can you hear that one?
Yeah.
Give it a minute. It will go away. No,
like a sound grenade.
Yeah. Snow White went ahead. Not Snow White. Little Mermaid did not do fantastic at the box office. None of the live actions really have. However, it was financially successful.
Little Mermaid. Sorry.
Cap, I don't think has become financially successful yet.
I think they're gonna let it run until Thunderbolts comes out too.
I think they're gonna run it as long as they physically can.
Like, I'd say we're getting pretty long here, and I think they're gonna run it for another month.
Because where did we say Cap had to come in at?
Like 7?
Yeah,
7 or 8.
I believe.
No, it was 7 because Snow White was 8.
And Cap is currently at 409.
Yeah.
So Cap is going to be a financial bomb. Yeah, it's
underperforming.
It's way under.
Yeah. What's their drop off comparatively though?
For the first weekend, about 68%.
We're down to 27. I mean, at least the drop off is dropping. The change percentage is dropping.
Yeah.
And it's also playing in less theaters.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. I mean, Snow White, it's not at this point, whatever backlash was coming out because of Zegler and Godot, I think is over.
yeah, I think that's all over.
The people that aren't going and seeing it now are the ones that are seeing the reviews of everybody who are talking about how just bad the writing is in general.
Hop back to that Captain America screen. I wanted to, because if you go to rank, it actually was where you were worldwide or weekend, sorry. Down weekend box office performance. If you look at rank, they're actually jumping around a lot. And they're first 3 weeks in a row with a 14 million on the third week.
Yeah.
I think that's interesting.
Yeah, because it fell, then it came back up some, it then came up to third, which is actually kind of impressive.
That's the week Snow White came out too.
That is the week Snow White came out. Captain America did better because Snow White came out.
That's funny.
Yeah, and this week Snow White fell to second.
What came out this week besides?
It's behind. It's right here. The Working Man.
Working Man. Right. That was in the article.
And I've never even heard of this movie.
I think I have. Yeah, it's him. He's like it's a generic action movie where like his wife dies and he's just like a construction worker. That's my understanding.
Do you know the worst part about it for Snow White though?
What?
It's in a lot less theaters.
Yeah.
It's selling that much better.
Dude, my local theater had it running in 4 rooms at the same time. And my local theater has 8 theaters. That's insane. It's like 8 or 10.
Now, because we always like to go ahead and play with predictions and such. Okay. I'll bring you to this week.
Yep.
So April 1st, it was 1.5. It went up. I don't know, maybe people took their significant other there for April Fool's Day, but I believe Friday is Minecraft, if I'm right.
Friday is Minecraft. Actually, technically tomorrow.
Where does this end up at on Monday?
Oh, it's third or lower. I think Minecraft is going to get butts and seats.
Does Snow White break $1 million each day this weekend?
No, because if I had a kid, and me, okay,
yeah,
well, obviously, but like general consensus, if I had a kid from the age of 4, I'd even argue 3, 4 to 11. I'd rather go see Minecraft because the kids are going to want to see Minecraft. The adults want to see Jack Black and Jason Momoa.
Yeah.
Even though he looks ugly in this movie.
Are we reviewing Minecraft?
I mean, I was going to see it anyways. That's up to you if you want to see it.
Should I go see it?
Probably. I don't think you'll like it. I'll say that. Kevin says Minecraft domestic box office debut prediction is 60 to 80. International audiences going to have to help this film succeed at the box office. I think you're lowballing, Kevin. I don't think you quite see my vision of how insanely popular Minecraft is.
He may be pulling up the actual.
Oh, are you pulling it up? I thought that was your prediction. My bad.
Right now, Minecraft has reported $150 million budget.
Mm-hmm.
And projections.
They would have to hit what? 150, half marketing. It's 225.
And
What do
then
you?
it's if they follow the same one most companies do, it would be 150
Yep.
plus half of it for marketing, so that'd be 75, which brings us 225.
Yep.
Half of all sales go to the box office, so you take the 225, you double it, brings us to about 500 million.
550. Okay. I think they can hit 550 on Minecraft.
But no, the 60 to 80 million is projections.
Okay.
That is where it's projected to open up at on the opening weekend.
Okay.
It always can surpass that, but that's based
What
on
are
statistics.
Do we have pre-sale numbers, or is that not going to come out till tomorrow or
I
Friday?
can take a look. Let me pull that up on the other screen. I will say Screen Rant has given Minecraft movie a 4 out of 10.
I saw IGN gave it a 6. Rotten Tomatoes is at a 53, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah. Review embargo went up tonight.
But
like, honestly, this is kind of what we all expected.
Yeah.
It's actually higher than what I expected, so.
Box office. Yeah, no, there's no pre-sales or anything listed yet.
Okay. Chicken jockey.
Rotten Tomatoes.
It debuted with a 53. I'll put it that way.
Minecraft. Nope, not that Minecraft.
What story mode?
Well, no, it pulled up the documentary. Yeah, it's sitting at 53. I'm just gonna look at a couple of these first reviews real fast. This is not on the docket for tonight, but that's okay. Mama Geek. While this movie feels like a chaotic mess that only focuses on Jack Black and Jason Momoa being ridiculous and clearly having a blast while doing so, it isn't for me. My Minecraft loving kids. I had the best time, which is what the studio set out to do. Trey Saucer Awards Watch. Pointless isn't a bad word to describe most of a Minecraft movie, as even within its broad, family accessible margins, it feels like a real dearth of consequence. Travis Hobson of Punch Drunk Critics. A Minecraft movie accomplishes the feat of capturing the, quote, anything can happen, end quote, spirit of the game. And we'll go one more down to our top critic here, Amy Nicholson. Hess's take on Minecraft is essentially a meth head version
Meathead.
of a meathead.
Oh, no. Yeah, meathead.
Yeah, meathead. You're right. I missed the A. Version of the Wizard of Oz. 4 ragtag Idaho acquaintances blunder into the overworld and beg Jack Black's wizard bearded blowhard for help returning home. Yes, Toto, there's a Cubist dog too.
All right. So it's about what I expected.
Are you going to give an actual number to your score? No?
No.
Why would you?
It's about what I'm expecting, yeah.
Hold on. There's a 1 out of 5, and I'm always curious when we're talking something so low.
Yeah.
This is a new. This is Ryan Gurr from Discussing Films. This is a new low for modern video game adaptations, being painfully unfunny and simply ugly to look at with uncanny CGI. They're predicting that this, in their mind, this is going to be like this year's Madam Web.
I don't think so.
Again, they were being over critics, so I was just curious. In fact, I'm curious
because it's actually going to make money.
Ryan Gurr, what else have you written on Flow? Any of which that we've actually seen before? No. No, you have never reviewed a film that we've actually watched before. Because I was trying to find one that you and I have compared before just to see if he was being overly critical.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But potentially good news